In front of me I've got the two main types of batteries that are used on boats. What I'm going to do is give you a brief overview about batteries and different types, where they're used, why they're used and how they're connected on a boat. The two types I've got in front of me here are normally what is called your starter battery, which is often referred to as something called a traction battery. And here in front of me is a typical leisure battery. Although they're different sizes in this particular example, it's not necessary that the difference in size affects their performance and ratings, etc. This is just some batteries that we're using at the moment to supply to people who need new batteries from us. What the batteries do is provide you with the main source of power for all your electricity on the boat, and I think a lot of people get a little bit confused about that. Everything on the boat that is run for your day-to-day operational purposes, so for things like your water pumps, your lighting, your igniters for your cooker, they are all run from your normal leisure battery here, and normally you have a series of them, sometimes two, sometimes three of them, to do the work that is required to generate that 12-volt power for the day-to-day operational stuff. We keep that bank of batteries on the boat separate because that is going under a lot of load, doing a lot of work, supplying you with all the electricity that is 12 volts, not like your 240 volts that you have in the room or in your home, to operate everything on your boat. These batteries are what we call deep cycle batteries, which means they're designed to deliver their power over longer periods of time. So it's not used quickly like you would get on a traction battery, which we'll come on to in a moment, but they're designed to be a deliverance of that energy and that power that they store in there for a longer period of time. Okay. These batteries here, the traction batteries, are designed to deliver a large amount of power very, very quickly so that you start your engine, because the engine can be cold and it needs a lot of pushing to actually get everything inside that to operate and perform. So therefore, they're designed to deliver high amounts of power over a very short period of time. That's the main difference between the two, and they're all connected on the boat and connected to the engine to do the charging and everything else as two separate banks. So you would typically find the start batteries on one side and the domestic batteries in a gang on the other side. What you find when the boats are getting ready to use is you will have them connected via one of these isolator keys, and we have some videos on our YouTube channel that show you how to actually use these. These are used to keep the power that's stored in these away from all the circuitry that's on the boat, and through a means of wiring and using of the switch, you can protect those batteries from actually draining down while the boat is not in use or you're away from the boat for sustained periods of time. The reason we keep the two batteries separately, or the two banks of batteries separately, is if you're on your boat and you're having a pleasant evening and you've got all your lights on, you're having showers, you're watching TV, you're actually going about normal stuff, you can flatten this bank of batteries. With this bank of batteries being separated from this bank of batteries, what you are always guaranteed of being able to do is being able to start your engine up in the morning, get some life into your batteries and start to perform again on your boat. We're going to go into more detail about how they're wired and how they're connected in some of our later YouTube videos, but that's just a brief summary of the batteries and how they're actually used and the difference between the two different banks.